What's the worst case of rich kid syndrome you've seen? My neighbor's son, Stewie, literally crashed his Lamborghini into our mailbox and then sued us for damaging his car with our property. His dad owned half the commercial real estate in our city. This wasn't some fender bender. Stewie was doing 60 in a 25 mph residential zone, texting while driving, and plowed straight through our front yard. Our mailbox post went through his windshield. Could have killed someone. When the cops arrived, Stewie was screaming at them to arrest us for vandalism. He claimed we'd strategically placed our mailbox to target luxury vehicles. The officer just stared at him. Sir, that mailbox has been there for 15 years. But Stewie's family lawyer showed up within an hour. Some shark who immediately started threatening everyone with lawsuits. The cops backed down. Stewie got a citation for improper lane usage instead of reckless endangerment. 2 days later, we got served. Stewie was suing us for $300,000 in damages to his car, plus emotional distress from the traumatic experience of being attacked by our aggressive landscaping. I wish I was making this up. Here's where it gets insane. My dad is a mailman, has been for 30 years, knows every house on every route in the city. Stewie's lawsuit claimed our mailbox was illegally positioned and posed a public hazard, except my dad had installed that mailbox himself, following Postal Service regulations to the millimeter. He still had the permits, the measurements, everything. But Stewie's lawyers were counting on us being too poor to fight back. Wrong move. My dad called his union rep, who connected him with a lawyer who specialized in frivolous lawsuits. Turns out Stewie had done this before, 3 times, always targeting working class families who couldn't afford to fight back. But here's what Stewie didn't know. My mom works for the city planning department. She pulled the property records and found something interesting. Stewie's family had been illegally expanding their mansion for 5 years, violating setback requirements and building codes. The lawsuit discovery process is beautiful. Stewie's legal team had to provide evidence for their claims, which meant admitting Stewie was speeding, texting, and driving recklessly. Meanwhile, we countersued for property damage, emotional distress, and harassment. Court day was epic. Stewie showed up in another Lamborghini, parked it across 2 handicapped spaces. His lawyer spent 2 hours arguing that wealthy people shouldn't be held to the same arbitrary standards as regular citizens. Then our lawyer dropped the bomb. Not only was Stewie's lawsuit frivolous, but his family's mansion was built on illegally seized land. They'd used shady legal tactics to force out elderly homeowners in the 1990s, then built their compound on stolen property. The judge awarded us $50,000 in damages and legal fees. But the real justice came after. The city condemned Stewie's family mansion and forced them to tear down the illegal additions. The property seizure victims' families got their land back. Stewie's dad lost his real estate license. Their company went bankrupt, fighting multiple lawsuits from families they'd screwed over for decades. Stewie himself got arrested 6 months later for another hit and run. This time he plowed into a police cruiser while drunk, screaming about how cops don't understand generational wealth. The bankruptcy was spectacular. Stewie's family had to auction off everything: the art collection, the yacht, even his mom's jewelry. Stewie stood outside the auction house live streaming himself crying, begging followers to donate to his GoFundMe for wrongful persecution by the poor. My dad used the settlement money to buy the lot where Stewie's family compound used to be. He built a community garden where neighbors grow vegetables for the local food bank. The irony wasn't lost on anyone. Fresh food growing where fresh corruption used to live. There's a little plaque by the entrance that reads, "Stewie Memorial Garden, where justice grows." Stewie drove by once and saw it. He tried to run over the sign with his Honda Civic. The car broke down in our driveway. He had to call his mom to pick him up.